Meet Matteport, the market-leading 3D platform that lets anyone turn a physical space into an immersive digital twin. Homes, offices, factories, shops, museums, schools, you name it. Scans are captured from any compatible camera, including the phone in your pocket. This recent innovation is only possible because of Matterport's huge data library. And behind it all is Cortex, our powerful AI and deep learning neural network that automatically stitches together images to construct dimensionally accurate 3D models. Once a digital twin is created, it can be customized with matter tags, labels, and guided tours, and easily shared with anyone on any device. They can virtually view, collaborate, and engage with 3D spaces. Thousands of companies in over 150 countries use Matteport and have realized unparalleled value. Millions of spaces of every kind have been captured, comprising billions of square feet and 3D data points, resulting in the largest spatial data library in the world. And it gets bigger every day, allowing customers across the property lifecycle to unlock unprecedented spatial data insights and analytics. Matteport has been digitizing the built world for a decade. Now, we're massively scaling towards achieving our mission of making every building and every space more valuable and accessible.
Okay, our fourth session of the day is going to look at transforming real-life spaces into immersive digital twin models, and this is presented by Matteport. Here to moderate, we'll be welcoming to the mic Asia PropTech's co-founder, Paul Chen. And please give a very warm welcome to our panelists, Head of Marketing Communications for Midland, Lawrence Chau, and Vincent Ho, the Senior Manager of Digital Development for Midland. And joining us online, we have Rex Lay, Matterport's Country Manager of Greater China. Please welcome. Thank you. Hello, Rex.
Testing, this works. Hey, Rex.
Hey, Paul.
All right, is this seating right? Should we sit on the side, or is this okay like this? This is good?
This is fantastic.
Okay.
Hello, Rex. Hi, Rex.
Hey, Rex, where are you calling in from today?
I'm now in Shanghai.
You're in Shanghai, okay. You're supposed to be here in person to moderate, but I'm very honored to moderate this session for the three of you. So welcome, I'm Paul Chen, co-founder of Asia PropTech, and we have a wonderful session with Matteport and Midland today. And I'm very famous for going off script. I actually have this script here, but I'm not gonna go with the script, okay? But I'd like to first, like our panelists to introduce themselves. And while you're introducing yourselves, tell me, one thing that we don't know about you, like other than your corporate title and what you do, tell us a fun fact about yourself. So Lawrence, why don't you go first?
I'm a football enthusiast. So in my spare time, I always go to watch the local football games, and at night watch the overseas football games. And Vincent.
And what's your favorite team? Who's your favorite team?
For local, it's Kichi, and for overseas, it's Manchester United. So
Man U fans,
quite happy this week.
I'm like hiking and I'm always running in the outside.
All right, great. What's the highest that you've ever climbed?
I always forget the hiking hill the name. I always forget this.
So for our guests dialing in from overseas, actually Hong Kong is a really super built environment, but we actually have one of the most hiking trails in the world. Okay, so welcome to come here and enjoy the buildings and also hike. Rex, what about you? Tell us like what you do and a little fun fact about yourself.
Yeah, so hi everyone. This is Rex, country manager of Matteport Greater China. My honor to be here, and thanks very much, Paul, for facilitating these sessions. One fun fact about me, besides my business every day, is that I also, similar to Leo, I started to hike a lot and trail running a lot because also from the benefits of the COVID situations, right? Because we have nowhere to go. So yeah, so I now find a mutual interest with Leo right now. Yeah, so I love to do exercise a lot.
Great. Now, Rex, the title of this session Yeah, digital twins. Like, can you explain like what is digital twins? I mean, like I think most know, but
Yeah.
it's evolving. So, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, my pleasure to do that. I mean, digital twins, in simple words, is just like converting your physical space into a digital space, which is like 99.9% accurate. In old days, right, we have something like Beam, we have something like you need to spend like weeks and a lot of time, a lot of labor efforts to use software to convert the physical space into a digital models. But what we call digital twins is quite straightforward. All you need is just to subscribe our software online, and then you have a camera, no matter it's your iPhone, no matter it's a 360 camera, or professionally, you can purchase Matteport professional cameras to do that. And it just take like uh, maybe 30 minutes or to maybe 2 hours, then you can already have a 99.9% accurate digital model that is exactly the same as your physical space. And you can leverage on that to collaborate with, say, for example, third parties, your colleagues overseas or in other regions. We have a lot of like multinational retail companies, property companies to use our platform to do those interior design or to use it as to promote the places, say, for example, tourist attractions, or it's like a hotel room whatsoever. So there is a lot of use cases, but we have a Chinese or we have a Chinese coin called 平衡空間, right? So it's just like you have a physical space and you digitize and create a duplicate, a digital twins, which is like exactly 100% same as your exactly physical space, and you can leverage that to do a lot of things. So, yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I'd like to set the context for this conversation. Now, with COVID happening a few years ago, actually, like before COVID, I remember like whenever somebody announced like a certain building for sale, there would be like tons of people. Like, how many of you have actually gone through that? Like, tons of people there just trying to line up to buy a flat, and then COVID kind of like stopped things. So I'd like to ask, Lawrence and Vincent, can you give us a little bit of context? How did COVID affect the market for residential in Hong Kong?
I think like similar to many other industries, there are huge change during COVID to the real estate agency, to the real estate industry as well, both for customer size, buyer sellers, and also the agent size. As you said, as Paul said, when there are new house selling in Hong Kong, there used to be long queue outside of the showroom because before the people going to apply for the draw of the new houses, people before the COVID, people used to go to the showroom physically to view the showroom first, and then they will decide whether the flat is the new house is suitable for them, and then they will decide they will draw the application or not. But since the COVID, because of a lot of measure by the government or the developer, they are not able to go to the showroom physically. So we use a lot of technology like VR to help them to make the decision. So instead of going to the showroom physically, they can just use our app or other methods to open the VR of those different flat size that are going to be sold, and then they will decide which one they are going to be drawn. That is one of the key changes. Even after the outburst of like even during the quiet period in the COVID, that when they can go to the showroom physically, some of them already changed their behavior permanently, and they are using VR instead of queuing outside the room. And that is one example of how the COVID changed. And according to our survey, even for the second-hand markets, the people start going to search their home online, increase the proportion of this increase from 60% to 80% before COVID to after COVID. So now 80% of them will search their home online first, either from the platform like us or other real estate agency or some online portals. So this is a huge change in the behavior. And another big change we observe is about to the industry is about the transaction volume actually become much more volatile since the COVID in 2020. For example, there is a drop in the transaction volume due to COVID in 2020. So when the situation is getting better in 2021, in the first quarter, the transaction volume actually increased a lot. And the first half of 2021 is actually actually achieved the highest first and second hand transaction volume in the past 10 years, past decade. So it's very volatile. But 1 year later, like in the first quarter of this year, is totally different. It's become we call it ice age of the property market, because the transaction volume in the first quarter or the first half of this year is actually like 45% down compared to last year. And it's actually the lowest in the past 25 years. So because like in the first quarter, if we remember, is the outburst of fifth wave. So a lot of people are not going outside. And even for the developer, they just stop most of the first-hand selling. So it's a hard time for the whole industry, and I think for the people who really want to buy a house. So this is another big change during the COVID to the industry. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I love what you've done with your website, by the way. I think of all the websites, the property agency websites, I love yours the most right now.
Oh, thank you.
You've done a fantastic job with it. And also, like with a lot of the 3D tours, I noticed that almost everywhere I go, you see, powered by Matteport. But I understand that maybe the implementation of it could be different, depending on how you're using it. As we heard earlier today, it's not just about the technology, but how you use it, how you integrate it with your business processes. So rather than talking about it, could you just show us?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the best way to show how Matteport help us. Okay, so we actually made a demo. So let me show this. So that's the basic function. So on our website, when you browse a property, you can simply click the view, and then you can basically have the experience of immerse in the house. So inside the house, you can, for example, this is a villa. So inside the house, you can click around, and then you can simply click the area you want to go. You can click the dining room, bedroom, washroom, whatever. So for example, you click the dining room, you will go inside. And then inside the dining room, you can rotate 360 degrees, and then you can move forward and backward. Simply, you can go to every point you want to go. So even for villa with multiple floors, the technology can support us. So that's the basic function, and then we have some add-on function. For example, when you do the decoration, you want to know the size of the flat or the size of the room, like the width and the depth and the deep, and then we can simply point any 2 points in the room, and then they will calculate the length of the distance between 2 points. And of course, after we film the whole property, the 2D map, floor plan, and the 3D house will be automatically generated. And not only the inside area we can include in the Matteport, the outside area like the swimming pool, the garden, and and everything we can include in the Matteport as well. So you can simply, with the measurement, you can simply know how you can decorate the house. So this is some of the basic function in VR, and we have a lot more to adding on this VR, and we will going to talk more about this in later. Yep.
Wow, cool stuff. Now, are buyers, like, how long does it take to set up? Like, if I don't have a villa, but I wish I did. But say I wanted to sell my flat, and what is the process? Do I come to you and say, hey, can you scan it for me? How does it work?
It's quite easy now, because I think the platform Matteport offer is very simple. So we will send an agent. We will arrange an agent to the property, and the agent will bring the camera, which is a very tiny one. and then they will the agent will just use the camera to go to different room in the property like dining room, and then they will rotate the camera, take a 360 degree of photos, and then after they shoot the photos in every room, and then upload to the platform, which is very user friendly to use, provided by Matteport, and the Matteport will use some AI tools to automatically combine together and then generate the demo we just demonstrate with all the floor plan and 3D floor plan and etc.
Okay. Hey, Rex, I got a question for you. So, can you tell us a little bit about the development of this partnership with Midland, like from when you first made contact and now, and where is it going? Like, how did your partnership begin?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great partnership with Midland. I've been enjoying all the conversations with them, no matter with Lawrence personally, with their digital team like Leo, and say for example the CEO Angela, the CFO KM. It has been a very enjoyable process. So right now we have a 5 years partnership with Midland so that they can leverage our technologies to develop a lot of different kind of things, different additional features on top of it. They will leverage our API and SDK to integrate with their existing systems, say for example HR systems and the internal job booking systems. So there's a lot of things right now we are working together to help take this platform to the next level, especially with the backup of the Midland digitization strategies. They have been doing a lot of things to help smoothen the user experience, to help shorten the customer decision process, to help them to understand, right, the properties, no matter it's a condo or villa, much more easier, and so that they can filter or select a lot of places that they really like before really going to visit the places with the agent. So the entire customer decision process has been shortened, and it also, from sustainability point of view, it helps save a lot of carbon footprint. For the futures, I think Milan, we all know Milan, it has a very, very great digital platform, and which has a lot of traffic. A lot of people, if they want to buy a condo, sell a house, they will go to Midland to do some research and to host or to list their property. So what we are trying to do in the moving forward futures is that we want to leverage this platform to help the users, to help the customer, to help the potential buyer to further ease their, there are a lot of different kind of things that they want to do while they, say for example, finish purchasing a house. Say for example, their decoration, interior design. Say for example, do some virtual staging to put some furniture into that virtual space to see whether if it fits or whether if the entire look and feel looks okay. There's a lot of things we're trying to do, and another thing is that the engagement with Midland, right? Because right now we are living in a digital age. A lot of engagement we may prefer in a much more direct digital approach. Say for example, WhatsApp conversation, Web 3.0 interaction, and maybe even e-commerce streaming, right? 直播帶貨. And say for example, if I'm interested in a property and then I click on that specific property listing, and then I can directly engage with the agent through a video conference, and then the agents can virtually show you, walk around, walk you through the property. While right now, maybe say for example, I'm in Shanghai, I can still do some kind of investment, important decisions, buy or sell, rent, whatsoever. So that's what we are trying to do. We want to have a more seamless integrations with Midland so that we can help the customers to do better decisions and at the same time have a better experience, no matter using what kind of technologies. So eventually we are just a platform, and we have a lot of things that we can do with our partners Midland, and this is totally our honor and pleasure to do that.
Okay, cool. I'm wondering, do people buy sight unseen? Do they I know a few years ago, especially the younger generation, leasing, they would just lease without actually physically visiting the space. Is that happening in the residential buy and sell world yet?
I would say through the whole journey, we are trying to digitalize the whole journey, and a large proportion part of them already can be done online. For example, when they talk to the first part is they go to our website, talk to the agent, view the VR, which is they all can be done online. And for the leasing part, which is easier, they can just talk to the agent and then sign the contract online, and then they can, because leasing the amount is smaller. Normally they can make the decision easier online, and then they can sign the contract, and then they can pay the money by FPS, or for the mainland renter. A lot of them actually haven't come to Hong Kong yet, so they just make the decision, pay the rent full, which I pay, and the deals can be done, and the deals can be done. And for the buying, I think is still. Because it's still a big decision for most of the people. Like you can't like feel a vet on the VR and then spend like pay $10 million without viewing the physical flat. So it's still not a common case. So a lot of them still need to go to the flat to view physically. But with the VR Matteport technology, actually we help them a lot, because during the COVID, a lot of the property owner actually are very reluctant to let the buyer come to see their flats. They will just talk to agents, say, unless the buyer have really interest, they will not open their house for them to see. But so if you give them VR, like for the potential buyer, before COVID, they are not using VR. If they are interested in 20 houses, let's say, they will visit 20 houses physically one by one. But now with VR, they can like screen out like 17 houses that are not really interested, and only 3 houses left, and then they can just go to physically visit that 3 houses. And then it saves a lot of the time for the both buyers, sellers, and the agents. And also for the COVID, it actually increased the safety a lot, because the chance for them to touch each other become much less. So the VR actually save a lot I think for both the whole society and the whole industry.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off script again. I'm gonna just challenge you a little bit. So yeah, you just presented to us like a great AR, VR type of environment. You talked about safety, but do you have any statistics that say, if I use this type of technology, it actually helps me sell faster and get a better price?
Do you want to?
At the government, as the government announces the restriction on the social gathering and the social distance and the lockdown for a long period. So this is most of our customers have to stay at home and reduce their social gathering as much as possible. There's no doubt that many buyers may not be able to inspect the property in person. So in light of this situation, Midland use different type of PropTech to overcome these challenges. And for example, Midland applied the VR technology to enable our potential buyer to move around in the house and understand the property condition. So they simple and know the condition in the properties. So they and the one point and we apply another PropTech we applied is the KOL video. Our agent incarnate as KOL to provide comprehensive real estate information, and through the KOL video, our agent can provide and our agent take the customer into the house to visit in person, in a first person perspective.
Right. Yeah. So I can give a number. So For the property listing that with a VR versus the property listing without a VR, the conversion rate is 5.1 times. Is 5.1 times. So for example, if 100 people come to browse a property on our website, without a VR, maybe one of them will contact the agents. And then if we add a VR on there, the number of people, the 100 people come to this website, 5 people will contact the agent. So the effect is very significant. And with the KOL video Vincent just mentioned, it's similar to the one Rex mentioned, 直播帶貨. It's similar concept to in the mainland, which will further increase the conversion rate because it's the new trend of the I think the Gen Z and the new teenage, they like the video more than other things. Yeah.
Right, fantastic. Wow, 5 times more. So that means that you have to get this technology. Rex, you're in the mainland right now, and I know that in the mainland, a lot of the mainland developers are at the cutting edge of implementing technology. What other types of value propositions are you seeing with the use of the platform?
Yeah. I would say that cost saving, because in old days, say for example, if you are a property agency or even you are a CRE, you want to lease, say for example, a shop of your shopping mall. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to go for site visit, and then after the site visit, the prospect or the potential client, they find out, oh, it's not what they want exactly. So it takes a lot of time, for them to showcase the places and physically showcase the places. But digital approach through digital twins, through Matteport, then everything can be much more simple. You digitize the place, you send the link to the prospect, and then the prospect can already realize and understand the space and can already ask a lot of questions. And everything can be very structured. No matter they have some comments of the light bulb or they have comments of the door lock, say for example, something like that, they can just comment on top of our platform, and then you have a structured to-do list to follow up, rather than sometimes you have to look into the WeChat, sometimes you have to look into the email, and then to follow those kind of tedious things. So that's one of the use cases. And another thing is that right now in China, right, we have a very strict and zero COVID policies. And say for example, just talking about like travel and hospitality, if you have a very beautiful tourism attractions and you want to show to the world how beautiful it is, then you can digitize, because right now we have a new model launched called Pro 3, which has the LiDAR sensor embedded, so that you can scan outdoor in a much more easier way and accurate way with much more better imageries. And then the say for example museums or some tourist attractions, they can digitize it and leverage our API SDK to add more values, metaverse concepts, and then to host the event, virtually with a lot of audience. And this is the beauty of technologies, because in old days, if you want to say, for example, go to Beijing to visit the forbidden cities, then you have to wait for a certain period, maybe just wait for the end of the national committees meetings, and then so that you can go there. But with a digital twins, with this kind of virtual approach, you can do it anytime, anywhere, and you can understand the space very easily. And that's a lot of cost saving, and that's a lot of business revenue driven ROI can be calculated. So we have another like a travel and hospitality platform, a global one. Say for example, you book hotels, you book those museum tickets. This kind of platform, they are already using our technologies to help them to increase the engagement, increase the booking success rate, to help them drive more revenue through the Matteport digital twin technology. So there's a lot of different kind of things are happening, and we are just a platform. Eventually, is how we help our customers, how we help our partners to achieve their goals, no matter it's cost saving, no matter it's talking about like sustainability, or no matter it's talking about revenue optimization, things like that. And it's our pleasure and honor to partner with all our customers and partners, especially Midland.
Great, wonderful. So we just had a question from Zoom that asked how the product works with mainland China, and I think Rex, you just answered it. So to close it off, Lawrence and Vincent, I'd like you to take out your virtual crystal balls here. So you've done quite a bit with the technology already. what do you have in store? What do you see for the future? Is everybody going to wear glasses? Is it going to be like a digital twin of a shopper, going to the flat? What's the crystal ball say for you?
I would say in the next 3 to 5 years, there will be like more, will be much a bigger change in the whole industry, in the whole customer behavior. The digital adoption rate will be much higher, and there are more new technology will be integrated to the online platform. For example, like I think like on top of the VR, there will be more AR elements, which is, as you say, the glasses, like the Oculus by Facebook, and Apple is making the new one, and sure a lot of integration will be made apply to the PropTech, and the people will use this to apply to do the house viewing, and will be a lot of interesting thing happening. And also there are a lot of metaverse element can be happening. For example, in our VR houses, the VR house can actually turn into a virtual space, and then you can drag and drop the furniture on there. And then once you can do that, you can actually create another ecosystem to work with other like furniture companies, and then you can create a greater economy. And then you can also, I think, for the whole Midland platform, we rather than just focus on the home purchasing part, we are offering the whole customer journey from downstream to upstream. Like after they buy the house, they need a mortgage, and then they need the rental insurance, and then they need different coverage, and then we can tailor-made with different virtual companies, virtual insurance, virtual banks to make customized products. And then we can also offer them like furniture repairs and other one-stop service. I think that is a lot of things will be happening, and a lot of integration and ecosystem thing will be happening in the whole industry. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, and the things will be happening much faster than in the past 5 years.
Wonderful. So I'm going to be able to buy a flat, get my furniture. I won't need to leave my seat at all, and all I have to do is like send the money via bank transfer or something. Or is it bank transfer, or is it blockchain? What is it? What is it, Vincent?
Yep. I think blockchain is another big topic in the real estate industry. As the blockchain-based platform can provide a secure and transparent platform to all parties to track the progress of a transaction. I think blockchain could be will make a significant change in the real estate industry in the future. I think around within 5 and 10 years is a big change in the coming.
Great. Okay, so we got blockchain coming up too. That could be another topic, another session. I'll invite you back for it maybe next year. All right, so we'd like to wrap it up. I'd like each of our panelists just to give us like 1 or 2 lines, like a quick line, to finish this session. Rex, why don't you go first?
My pleasure. I mean, this is truly my honor and pleasure, to be here and share a little bit our learnings of the virtual reality or digital twins technologies, how we can leverage that to do something more than we thought. And just you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm a very quick casual guy. Feel free to task me on LinkedIn, send me an email, and I'm happy to share more different kind of use case with you.
Vincent?
Yeah.
You can access contact us through the LinkedIn, and I'm welcome to contact us anytime.
And Lawrence?
I think one quote is property is the last industry in the e-commerce world to become digitalized. So, but that's happening now. So come to our website to see how is it happening, and feel free to contact me through LinkedIn or drop me an email. And I'm looking forward to like different collaboration and partnership with all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Rex. Thank you, Vincent, and thank you, Lawrence. Audience, thank you for listening to us. Show some love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again to our panelists, Rex, Lawrence, and Vincent, and of course to our moderator, Paul Chen.